Hello everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty. I'm back with 4 Easter DIYs for you today. I have this Easter bunny, this little plush baby bunny that I got at Walmart. I have a Hexagon box from Dollar Tree with some leftover pool noodle that I had also from Dollar Tree. I have my patio paint and my folk art paint. I have some skewer sticks and some duct tape that looks like burlap ribbon, various ribbons, and a little bit of Easter hat trim. I've got some foam eggs, some carrot garland, and some various florals, thistles, onion grass, butterflies, all from Dollar Tree. So we're going to take that hexagon box with the botanical leaves on it, and we are going to cover it with this burlap looking duct tape. I was excited to get to use this stuff. Oh my gosh. Um, And the botanical print was actually going to be too busy for everything that I had going on inside the box. So I had to cover it and kind of make it more subdued, more subtle for what I wanted. And it turned out perfect. I love this duct tape, and I'm going to add some of that Easter hat trim around the rim of this hexagon box. And it came out so cute by itself that you could have just added some rocks or some moss, some greenery, some flowers, or some succulents or something like that, and that would have been cute on its own. So now I'm going in with my patio paint and my folk art paint, and I'm just going to mix them together because I wanted more of a fuchsia pink. And I'm going to paint this egg because it's all glittery and I don't really care for the glitter. But when you paint them, they look like stone, and I do love that. So I had so much fun. Here's all the ones I painted, and it was just a blast. I enjoyed sitting just doing these and just letting my imagination just go and let the creative juices just go and just squiggles and dots and circles and, you know, buffalo check, whatever. It was just so much fun. And I'm sorry, you guys, I lost the footage on how I attached the bunny to the box, but I can and will walk you through it. I ended up adding some more pool noodle to make everything stand up a little higher because I wanted everything that I was putting in the box behind the bunny to be higher than the bunny so that she looks like she is nestled down in the grass and peeking out. So I took some tumbling tower blocks and I just made a stand for her inside of the box. I glued the tumbling tower blocks to the inside front of the box till it was high enough to where I could just set her on it and glue her down. After I cut away her little pink blanket, because I didn't stuff that in the box. I did cut the pink blanket away and I put it away for something else later. So that's how I glued her to the box. She is sitting on tumbling tower blocks. I did go back as well and paint my skewer sticks green because I felt like they should be. They looked a little out of place standing out in that brown like that. So I painted them green so that they blended in with everything else in the box. This is so cute. This is absolutely adorable, and it is my favorite of all four that I'm showing you today. If I didn't tell you that, it's my favorite. So when you add the onion grass, you do best to make a starter hole. I made a starter hole with my scissors because the onion grass is kind of flimsy. So you have to have a hole already to put it down in. It's not sturdy enough to just poke through the foam on its own. And then where the grass was too high, I took my scissors and I cut down towards the grass in an angle so that I still get points of grass and not just cut it straight off where it looks odd, because grass doesn't grow straight like that, just cut straight off. It grows pointy and at different heights. So I cut it at an angle to get that look. I'm just filling in where I feel it needs it because I want this box to be really full. And here's the reveal. You'll see it better at the end because I know this is going kind of fast on this one. But I'll show you again. Moving on to DIY number 2, we are going to be painting on canvas. I want to do a watercolor painting that I saw on Etsy. So pencil and eraser for hand lettering, Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster and also in the color moss, Hello Hobby chalk paint in Tuscan Sun pumpkin and rock gray. I won't be using all of those. Dollar Tree spackling and some craft sticks, and a little bit of water to water down your paint, and the biggest canvas that I could find at Dollar Tree, and also scissors and wire cutters. So I'm just going in by hand and making carrots. One of the easiest things you can craft or draw is a carrot because you just want it to be a little wiggly on the edges, and you don't want it to be perfect or anything like that. Carrots are perfectly imperfect, and so that's why they're so easy to do. You really can't mess them up. So I did 5 carrots. Here they are. The ones that do not have any extra detail on them will be orange, and the ones that have like the X's or the quilted looking pattern will be the ones that I do in gray. So I'm going in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color moss, and I'm going to outline the tops of the carrots, the green parts of the carrot. Then I will also go in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin and outline all of the orange carrots, and I will go in with the rock gray and outline all of the gray carrots. Then I'll go back in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color celery, and I will do a little bit of watercoloring at the greenery or at the tops of the carrots, and then I will water down my pumpkin, and I will do some watercoloring onto the carrots of that, and the same with the gray. This was very simple, very easy, and relaxing. If you guys like to paint, this is one of the most relaxing things you can do. Like I said, you can't mess it up, and it comes out really looking high end, I think. I really enjoyed doing this one, and I like how it looks. I actually did 2, and you'll see the other one in the reveal for this one. I did one for my friend Lisa. Hers is different than mine, but she asked for it to be a certain way. So I like them both, but I think I like mine the best. I love the watercolor effect and how I left some of the white canvas showing through. It was really, really nice. Now I'm just taking that watercolor paint. I'm just kind of letting it do its own thing. Once you get your brush really wet and just kind of do some little wavy lines, the paint just runs. And so you just let it and you get that watercolor effect. And I think that is so pretty. And I purposely left some of the canvas white peeking through because I think it adds to the dimension of what I'm trying to get with the watercolor effect. I really like it. And here it is, you guys. Now we're going to take those craft sticks and we're going to make a frame around the canvas. I took my scissors and I cut the corner craft sticks at an angle so I can get that miter box effect. And it turned out really good. And I took some of the leftover gray watered down paint and I went over the craft sticks because I like that you could still see the wood grain through that paint. Once I get everything glued down, I'll go back in with my Dollar Tree spackle and fill in any gaps or holes that I have on the frame. I will let it dry thoroughly, sand it down, and then repaint those spots. And we'll call this one done. Simple, high-end, and very cute Etsy dupe. And once again, thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who joined in today to watch me craft. I love it when you guys are here. I love it even more when you talk to me in the comments. If you made it to DIY number 2, that lets me know you're interested in what I'm doing and you kind of like my crafts, and I'm so grateful for that. So please consider subscribing. Give this video a big fat thumbs up. Don't forget, if you do subscribe, to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on another cute and crafty DIY with D. And this is the reveal of DIY number 2. I did do a single line bunny, and that's for Lisa as well. Moving on to DIY number 3, we're going to make a bunny ear wreath. Very simple, very easy. I have a wood wreath from Dollar Tree. I have some apple blossom greenery from Joann Fabrics. I have florals from Dollar Tree. I have bunny ears from the Target Hotspot. And I have my solo wood flowers and some bottle brush carrots from Dollar Tree. I will also be using some silver paddle wire. So I'm just going to take this bunny headband and hot glue it to the top of this wood wreath, and I'm just going to clip it down with one of the Dollar Tree clips until the glue dries. I'll then be going in with my paddle wire and attaching both sides of the bunny headband, but you'll see later in the video, one of those sides is going to be taken apart, and that part of the headband will be cut off. So now I'm just going in with my florals and I'm just tucking them down inside the wreath, and I decided that I only wanted florals going around half of the wreath. So that's why I ended up taking the floral wire off and trimming up that headband, because if I'm not going to cover it with flowers, it just kind of looks unfinished if you leave it that way. So I took it apart, I took it off, and it is super cute. I love the yellow flowers that match the yellow ears. This one was very monochromatic as far as being yellow and white and orange. I liked it. Well, it's not really monochromatic. I guess monochromatic would be all one color, shades of one color. But anyway, I digress. It's cute the way it is. I really enjoyed making this one. Tried not to put glue on everything in case I want to use this wreath again. And I tied my bottle brush carrots to the wreath, and then I put just a dot of glue to hold them in place where I wanted them to be. Adding a little more greenery across the top just to fill it out, and cutting off any extra leaves that I don't need. And it is so cute, putting those solo woods on, and we're going to call it done. This one you can use as just a leaner, or you can put twine on the back and hang it up. I left mine as a leaner. And on to the last DIY, DIY number 4. You're going to need some Mod Podge. I have my Waverly chalk paint in the color Moss and my Hello Hobby chalk paint in the color Aqua. I've got some beads that I got from Walmart at least 3 years ago. I have some napkin, floral napkin from Dollar Tree, some stickers, butterfly stickers from Dollar Tree, and I have this MDF round that says family on one side. We're going to use the opposite side, and I'm not going to cover or like paint or put any type of craft paper on the side that says family because I'm going to make this a two-sided sign. You can use one side or the other. So I'm going to leave the family on the other side so that it can be flipped over if you choose to. So I mixed those two paints together to get this beautiful teal color, and I went ahead and painted my wood round with that. Now I'm just taking my tissue paper to see where I want, or taking my napkin to see how I want it to sit on here and where the words are going to be, because we're going to be doing some hand lettering. Again, you guys have been wonderful trying to help me improve my Mod Podge game. Unfortunately, I'm still really bad at it, but you know what? I still try. I'm still here and I'm still trying and I still love it. So it is what it is. Either I'll get better or I won't. And in this case, I actually really didn't. So now that I have my lines where I want them to be, I can go ahead and start doing my hand lettering, and it is going to say, beautiful is never perfect. After I get it written in pencil, I'm going to go in with my ultra fine Sharpie and a regular Sharpie and darken everything up. Actually, it says beautiful things are never perfect. That's what it says. Now I'm going to attempt to Mod Podge this floral napkin onto this MDF wood round. Now I'm just burning down the excess tissue paper and sanding down the edges, and I'm going to go in with my green butterfly to pick up the green and the flower at the bottom of the tissue paper, and I'm just going to stick that down. It's a self-adhering sticker, so it's It stayed down really good. It didn't really need Mod Podge. And now I'm going in with my Hello Hobby chalk paint in the color White Swan, and I'm going to distress it. It needed distressing. After I looked at all the wrinkles in the Mod Podge, I'm like, yeah, I need to distress this just a little bit. And here is where it all went left. I tried and I tried and I tried again to get these beads to stick on here, and they would not. I should have used my super glue, my like gel glue, but I was over it. After I got done fighting with these beads and they kept popping loose, I took them off and I went in with some teal ribbon and I trimmed around that MDF round with the teal ribbon. I made a bow and called it a day. I was over it and I was done. And there you have it. I just changed up the ribbon, got rid of the beads and used the ribbon. And I like this one, but because it didn't turn out exactly how I had pictured it in my mind, I don't love this one. But I did do a second one. You guys let me know which one you like. I like the second one better than this one. And here's the reveal for this one. And here's the second one. I had to go back and redo it. I couldn't stand it. I wanted those beads on there. And so I had to go back and do it. I love the wording on it. Beautiful things are never perfect. And how apropos for that first one, because it wasn't perfect. It still came out nice, but it just wasn't my favorite. And I'll always tell you guys that. I'll always be honest with you, and I won't just like, edit something out and just not show you where I messed up at. If I mess up, I want you to see it so that you know that, it's just crafting. Some things you mess up on, and learn from my mistakes. Don't do what I did. Do better. So that's why I show you, so you can learn how not to do what I did. So this is all 4 of the DIYs. I love them all. The bunny box is my favorite. Hands down, it is adorable. It is whimsical. It is colorful. And I absolutely love it. I'll say it over again. It's just my fave. So that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to my channel, thank you for being here. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you made it to this far in the video. Give it a big fat thumbs up. Share it out with your friends and family. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on another cute and crafty DIY with D. And to my oldies but goodies, you guys know I think you're absolutely amazing, and I appreciate you every single day. So until I see you in my next one, be blessed, be safe, and craft something beautiful today, you guys. Bye.